your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
All right, good evening to you. A lot of cloud cover around the area. Hey, no surprise there. It's been that case the entire week. But we are going to eventually see some sunshine into the weekend. We got to get through tonight, though. But we're going to be watching the radar for maybe a little bit of snow. That could be around by early tomorrow morning. You may have to get up really early to see it, though. We're talking maybe 3, 4, or 5 o'clock in the morning when that snow may start to move in. 32 right at the freezing mark in Springfield and Champaign. Could have some fog, could have a few flurries around to start the day. Temperatures back in the upper 30s for the kids on the way home. Okay, so when do we finally get to see the sunshine return? We'll look at that in your forecast coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
Every time we were due our books, we were always $3,000, $4,000, even $6,000 in the red.
And one VFW couldn't figure out why until one of their workers confessed.
I think the sole purpose of them taking the kid was to give the kid to the father.
Now they're facing charges, and the people who took the child aren't the only ones.
School nurses give medicine to students, but this one also saved a student's life.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
How long it's been going on and for the number of years it was very hurtful for a lot of people.
The Rantoul VFW was betrayed by one of its own employees when she admitted to stealing thousands of dollars. Now that woman's been arrested. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jessica Coons. 75-year-old Brenda Wise is facing a charge for stealing money. Police say she took between $6,000 and $8,000, but the VFW says this woman took much more than that. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen is live in the newsroom. Jennifer, police have been investigating this for a while.
Jessica, they have. For the past 3 months, police have been doing a forensic audit of the VFW. The investigation does show a discrepancy in their books. A linchpin in this case could be that Brenda Weiss admitted to stealing money to the VFW board. The Rantoul VFW is a close-knit family.
This is their home. This is their home away from home.
Through the decades, trust has been built in its employees who serve these veterans. But unbeknownst to the VFW board, that trust was being broken.
How are we keeping these doors open? Because every time we were due our books, we were always $3,000, $4,000, even $6,000 in the red.
Despite all the fundraisers, nobody knew why money was missing. But the first red flag was raised after a wedding was held there.
It was a big cash night, and when I went to reconcile the books, there was a discrepancy there that was a big chunk of money.
The bookkeeper, Krisha Shoemaker, became suspicious when she realized more than $6,000 was missing.
And the money was it was never recorded. It never came through the books. It never came through the register. So it just, like, it never happened.
Later that year, the bar manager, Brenda Weiss, made a revealing confession at a board meeting in May. They say she admitted to stealing money from the VFW. A rush of emotions filled people's minds.
There was the shock, there was the disbelief, that it kind of turned into a little bit of anger almost.
The police investigation shows Wise had been siphoning money from the register and other places for a few years. And the VFW says they believe the amount could reach into 6 figures. That's left many feeling betrayed.
You worked here for 14 years. Did you trust her?
With yeah.
Weiss was arrested and released with an order to show up at court to plea next month. I called her phone and knocked on her door to hear what she had to say about the accusations against her, but got no response. The only response the VFW wants from Weiss is repayment.
Honestly, I would just like to have her have the cash that was stolen, because as you see, this place really could use it.
Weiss was fired. The VFW has installed cameras at the building and is keeping closer checks and balances on their fundraisers and cash flow to prevent this from happening again. In the newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Jennifer, thank you. That VFW is working to get a new building. Upgrades haven't been made for years at the current location. We'll have a link to their fundraiser on WCIA.com.
An aviation recovery company cleared the scene of a deadly plane crash near Springfield. Sangamon County Coroner Cinda Edwards, former Springfield Mayor Frank Edwards, and their family friend John Evans died in that crash. Investigators are finishing their on-scene analysis. The evidence will be sent to a secure location where investigators will continue The NTSB will now work on getting a preliminary report sometime in the next couple of weeks. Funeral arrangements for Cinda and Frank Edwards have been set. There will be a memorial gathering from 3 to 8 on Monday at Westside Christian Church in Springfield. There will be a service the next day at 11 at the church. We have an update on the shooting that happened at Marketplace Mall on Saturday. Police say it was part of a, quote, ongoing conflict among several people. 5 cars were hit by bullets. Police recovered several guns, but wouldn't say from where. No arrests have been made in connection with the shooting. But 3 teenagers were arrested Sunday morning at a motel less than a mile from the mall. Police arrested 3 people for kidnapping a 3-year-old. The child's aunt, Heather Chula, and her friend Paige Zumwalt are facing kidnapping charges. The father, Farron Kelly, will be charged with child abduction. Around midnight yesterday, the aunt took the boy out of his grandmother's home near Fern and Bartlow in Urbana. Police say the grandmother was taking care of the child while his mom was in the process of moving out of state. The women drove the 3-year-old to the father's house in Monticello. The grandmother called 911. Police arrested Chula, Zumwalt, and Kelly. Police continue to investigate but think there's a clear motive.
See, that's difficult for us to understand because the statements provided to us by the 3 people that were arrested were very limited. But you could obviously kind of conclude by history that we've learned from the family that the biological father wanted visitation with the child.
Officials say the child was not hurt.
New for you tonight, one city is giving people an inside look at its police department. It's happening in Danville, and it's called the Citizens Police Academy. The group meets once a week for 2 months to give people a better understanding of the department. Police and legal professionals teach several different topics. Tonight, there was a presentation on traffic enforcement and canine units. Officers say this is a chance for the public to get to know them and how they work.
I think it gives them an insight of what we really do, gives them a little bit of information, education, and knowledge with, learning how to work together with us and what we're really about.
This year's class is closed, but officers say another one will open up next year. Those applications will be available sometime next January. Fire damaged a mobile home this afternoon. It happened near Patrick Henry Circle and Constitution Avenue in Urbana. The fire was coming through the roof. Crews say it looked like it started in the utility area, but they won't be sure until they finish investigating. 2 people lived there, but no one was home at the time, and no one was hurt.
The first case of a person-to-person transmission of coronavirus has been confirmed in the U.S., and it happened in Illinois. Health officials say a 60-year-old woman from Chicago infected her husband. It's the 2nd diagnosed case in the state. The World Health Organization has declared the virus a public health emergency. The U of I is taking measures to keep the virus from spreading. It suspended all academic programs in China. That means students cannot travel there for university-related matters. Leaders at the Champaign-Urbana Public Health District say the local risk is low, but it is still important to be careful.
Public health is always concerned about a novel virus, whether it's a novel influenza virus or a novel coronavirus, is that usually has just spilled over from the animal population, and humans don't have immunity to it, so it can just spread because everybody is susceptible.
The symptoms of coronavirus are similar to pneumonia: fever, cough, sneezing. If you have those symptoms and have not traveled near Wuhan, China, you likely have the flu.
Everything seems automated nowadays, including job applications. How the state is making sure you know a real person is looking at them.
Plus, it wasn't what you'd consider a typical day for a school nurse. How she saved the life of one of her students.
And later, seeing the Illini in person is getting more difficult as those wins just keep on coming.